Oh hello, it's Thursday the 30th of January, and if you're watching this, we've travelled back in time. Yes, hello, welcome back to Richard Vlogs Disney. My name's Richard, I'm at Disney Vlogs, obviously. This is Roberta, she's just in the Disney Vlogs. The reason I say we travelled back in time is that you should be watching this, if you are watching this, I'm still not sure if I'm actually going to vlog this. You should be watching this after we've already put our treasure vlogs up. But we haven't been yet. So how was it? Was it good? I assume it was great, but we haven't been on the treasure yet. We are filming this in the 2 days we have in the parks before we get on the treasure. If this is your first time here, thank you very much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, bell notification, something else I probably always forget because it really does help us out. Anyway, we are on our way to Magic Kingdom. We are just walking to the bus. It is 8:10, so nice and early. Should get there for close enough to early entry. We have lightning lanes, all that good stuff. Let's go. It should be, well, now for the bus. If you watch my vlog series in September when I say the All-Stars, you know, at a Bayou resort, there's like one bus stop per resort. You just go to the same bus stop no matter where you are. At the moderate resorts, there tends to be bus stops dotted around, close to like individual buildings. So here, the Casitas, the Ranchos and the Cabanas have a bus stop each, and then there's a bus stop for the main tower as well. Casitas is bus stop number 2, so it's the second stop on the loop. The first stop is the tower, so if you want to walk there, you can get on first, or if you want to walk to the Cabanas, you can avoid the whole loop. But really, it doesn't matter. You're just waiting for a bus or sitting on a bus. There's no difference in time. I couldn't film anything out of the window of the bus because it was like a wrapped bus and you can't see anything through there. But we are at Magic Kingdom. I said a minute ago that we might get here in time for early entry. That's a lie because I just looked and Magic Kingdom opened at 8 this morning, which makes sense because it actually closes at 4:30, which is very early, of course. The reason for that is there is a cast member appreciation event tonight, which is nice. That's great. They deserve it. The good news for us though is because it is an early closing day, it normally means that the park is quite quiet because people won't come and use the whole day here, and also there's no happy ever after and things like that. If you watched in September, you know I always recommend coming to Magic Kingdom on a party day morning because it's normally pretty dead, and it looks like we're going to get that same experience again based upon how few people there are here. Like, look how empty it is here, considering, I mean, the park's been open less than 40 minutes, so you would think there would be lots of, this would be quite crowded, but no, it's dead. It's very, very dead. Thank you. Roberta's shivering.
Yeah, it's
You cold? I mean, it is 12 degrees. Which is much warmer than it was at home, but
12 degrees at home feels different.
Yeah, I know. 12 degrees at home feels tropical, but it is supposed to be like 20 something later, but in the shade it's still pretty chilly, right? You know where we're going first thing. If you've ever watched a vlog before, we're going to Starbucks. We're going to go get some breakfast, and then we're going to start powering through some lightning lanes. Yeah, it's a pretty chill main street for early morning. This wasn't originally planned. Like, I did read about the early closure on Blog Mickey and then forgot. So when I made our lightning lanes and then realised that it was early closure day, I was like, oh, oops. But then actually, it's fine. We're going to go to Epcot later as well, and so we have 2 days in the park, so it's like 2 parks per day. So we're going to Epcot after this. Surprise! It's probably in the thumbnail or in the title of the vlog. When I booked originally, I didn't realise that it was an early closure day, and these aren't very common outside of like the Christmas party and the Halloween party time of year. But I've repeated this so many times. If for whatever reason there is a day that Magic Kingdom closes early and you don't mind that you won't get to see Happily Ever After, go to Magic Kingdom on that day because the wait times are sometimes like 30 to 40% less than they are the rest of the time.
And everyone's going to actually show up.
Nah. Only me and whoever's watching this. It's just between me and that one person.
So me.
Yeah, you, yeah. You can tell that it's a quiet day in Magic Kingdom because at 9 o'clock in the morning there was no line in Starbucks, and that's sometimes the longest wait in the park, so it's a very dead morning. We have lightning lanes for today because we only had 2 days in the parks before the treasure. We decided to get lightning lanes, use basically as many lightning lanes as we can to get as much done because we only have the 2 days. So you can actually book them now from the UK, which you couldn't last time I was here. It just works now. You just don't have to like VPN and location services and everything. You just 7 days before you book into a Disney hotel or 3 days before any other arrival, you can go on and it will let you do the whole length of your trip. It may have been cold earlier, but in the sun it's getting warm pretty quick. The sky is blue, it is warm, it's everything that London was not just before we left. But you're watching this after we spent a week in the Caribbean, so who knows. There's a lot of construction happening at Magic Kingdom right now. As you can see by this giant crane in front of us, that's for the big refurbishment of Big Thunder Mountain. I'm placing my head specifically to block the sun from the viewfinder. It's a big head, so it's easy to do. There's a lot of construction, like I said, happening in Magic Kingdom right now. So that's Big Thunder Mountain. That's undergoing a refurb from basically now. It's been down for about 2 weeks at this point, and that's not coming back until next year. So it's, from what we can tell, being fully retracked, which should hopefully make it a smoother coaster, but also it's kind of needed because there's a lot of effects currently on the ride that don't work, which should start to work. Behind me, and I won't move my head because the sun will just blind the viewfinder, the entire Astro Orbiter is gone, and that has also been removed by a giant crane. That giant crane is now gone, but they are in the process of again replacing that entire ride. So a lot of construction work going on at Magic Kingdom right now. It is a sort of January kind of thing that this tends to happen, as it is supposed to be a quieter time of year, even though it doesn't really feel like it anymore. At least the riverboat is still here for now. It is starting to feel a little bit like we didn't need lightning lanes today. Yeah, it's like there's no wait for Haunted Mansion, but never mind. Ooh. But now that we have tapped in for Haunted Mansion, literally in the line for it, couldn't remember where it was, Haunted Mansion, we can book our next lightning lane. So just something to consider if you're using the multi-passes, just that's the point, you can book your next one.
This chamber has no windows and no doors.
We're going to go for a little look in Memento Mori. Having a dog is the urge to dress it up pretty much all of the time. He would hate this so much. As we were going in, we were booking a lightning lane, so we booked Soarin' for Epcot. One of the good things about lightning lane now compared to Genie Plus before, and there are a lot of good things, but one of the good things is that you don't have to pay for like multi-park anymore. When it was Genie Plus, it was basically you only got one park and you had to pay extra for multi-park. The rides are in categories now, so you get like in Magic Kingdom you get one from category A and two from category B, and category A is like your big rides like Thunder Mountain when it's open and Tiana's, which we have. It's good to get a burner lightning lane because once you're rebooking, the categories go out the window. So if you get, say, Dumbo at Park Open, if you get straight into the line, tap the lightning lane, your Magic Band, you then get to book your next one, and there's no category, so you can get another from category A, so you can get like two of the big ones. Nice, empty Fantasyland. We are making our way to the People Mover for people moving. And that is what Tomorrowland looks like without the Astro Orbiter. Just that one sort of ring piece remaining, which is probably just part of the structure rather than the ride itself, but the entire ride is gone. The planets are gone, the ride vehicles themselves are gone, the entire sort of ride is gone. It is coming back, it's not been removed to be permanently removed. It is coming back. I assume it's all been removed and it's going to be worked on off-site, completely refurbished and then brought back piece by piece. But the crane that was removing it has gone as well. So that would indicate that it's not coming back quickly. Okay, you've seen us on the People Mover a million times before, so you don't need to see this again. People Mover was great. My hope with the Astro Orbiter thing, the fact that it's gone for such a long time, maybe this is off base, but my hope is that it's the beginning of a bit of a refurb of Tomorrowland. Of course, when they like announced everything new for Magic Kingdom at D23 last year, like it was all the other side of the park, which frustrated me mostly because it feels like the other side of the park is actually pretty complete. I know that's where the land is and the space is, but Tomorrowland for me is like the weakest land of the whole of the Magic Kingdom. It desperately needs some updating, and I know that there are issues with like building codes. The buildings are very old. There's a lot of work they have to do to bring them up to code, which kind of stops them from doing a lot of the work. Okay, yeah, we might have to close Cosmic Rays for a year, or the People Mover for 2 years, or whatever, but for me, I think Tomorrowland needs a huge overhaul, and the sooner they start doing that, the better. Anyway, we're going to go now for a wander over to Main Street, have a look through the shops before our next lightning lane, which is Pirates of the Caribbean. We've arrived just for the end of Mickey's Friendship Fair, which I love this show, especially the end. It always gets me a little bit emotional. Roberta has located pretty much the one thing she was looking for the entire trip, which is this new ears. Cue the theme song.
Just believe it.
No. Do, 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 do. Welcome to Roberta's Ears of the Day. What's the theme of these?
These are the Taylor Swift Bejeweled ears.
They're not Taylor Swift Bejeweled ears. What's the actual theme of these ears? These are the new Sorcerer Mickey Constellation earband. One thing we noticed if you are looking for these ears is check the bows, because evidently the fabric is... The bows are unique because as the fabric moves around and and as they cut it out, I guess. So just make sure that the bows are what you need, because there were some that were quite plain and some that had lots of pattern on them, and if you want one with lots of pattern, just look around for them. But there you go. That was good, because that was really the only thing that we were looking for merchandise wise while we were here, and we found it pretty quick, and that's good, because there's nothing worse than wanting to find something and checking every shop in Disney World and consistently not finding it. And we did go to Springs last night and we checked like World of Disney and all of the other like smaller like Disney merchandise shops, couldn't find them, so good to find it early, not have to now spend the rest of this trip looking for a pair of ears. We're headed into Adventureland for our next lightning lane, which is Pirates of the Caribbean. Geeky Disney nerd update news: they've repaved all of the Adventureland like entrance from the hub, but there's lots of like little like animal prints. Look at the paws and hoof prints and stuff. Just that's a really great level of theming. But there you go, that's your Disney nerd ridiculousness for this vlog. Who am I kidding? It's all Disney nerd ridiculousness. I'm talking to a camera walking through a theme park. It's ridiculousness. Tortuga Tavern has finished its stint as the Tortuga Treasures, the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop, but is now closed for refurbishment, so who knows what's going on with there. It's a weird space. Anyway, Pirates of the Caribbean is 5 minutes, so this is another lightning lane that we probably didn't need, but we're going to go on Pirates now.
Send them hints to Davy Jones. It's the rum they want. Three good narratives.
Can't you reach any further, you snuffling bilge rat?
The shop on the exit of Pirates of the Caribbean has been made much smaller, and that is to prepare for the Pirates Tavern bar slash lounge that is due to open. So much smaller shopping area now here as you exit. It's time for our lightning lane for Tron. It's actually a little bit past our time for our lightning lane for Tron, but we're within the hour window. We haven't really made a good path really, because we've been like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. We're getting our steps in today. The current standby wait time for Tron is 45 minutes, so this is a good lightning lane. Actually the first one we probably needed, but even that I'd say is not too bad. 45 minutes isn't awful. I don't know if that's because of how quiet the park is or if that's kind of standard, but I'd wait 45 minutes I think.
Prepare to be digitized into the world of Tron.
Oh, it's a bit dark. I don't think we've ever come in that way before, because I don't think I've ever... Maybe I have used lightning lane for this before, I don't remember. But I don't remember seeing that before either, but I probably have forgotten. You know the deal with Tron. Bags in lockers, lack of filming availability. I'm going to try again to put the little camera in the little thing, see how much we can see, but we're probably just going to get a bunch of blur, but I'll put the video up that they film. This is video evidence of locker 604. So I put my camera in the little well thing, and then I just had a look to see if it got anything that was worth using. It got nothing, so here you are, enjoy the on-ride photo slash video. As I put it in there though, the guy that was like loading the trains was like, don't take the camera out because we will stop the ride, and obviously I'm not going to do that, but probably goes to show that that happens, so don't be that person. Like, they tell you what you can do. I missed that completely. They tell you what you can do, they tell you what you can't do. No bags, cameras and stuff is just a standard on that ride, so don't be that person. We decided while we were here to eat in Starlight Cafe because Roberta wanted this salad. On the other end of the spectrum, I've gone for this massive cheeseburger. Triple B burger. There we go. Angus beef patty with bacon, cheddar spread, crispy onions, Coca-Cola, cherry barbecue sauce, and a brioche bun. I'm not sure actually then what the... There's just a lot of B's going on.
Brioche bun, bacon,
yeah, I guess brioche bun is the third one.
barbecue.
And barbecue. See, that's 4 B's. How many B's is going on here? Just a 3 out of 5 for Starlight Cafe because there's no sunny eclipse. I don't know where he is. He's gone. I tried to Google it and he seems to go missing at least once a year, so I couldn't find the most recent news story about him being taken away. But Disney, you're not going to get good scores for food places if you don't give me sunny eclipse. So 3 out of 5. Now's time for Tiana's. We're going to take the long way through Fantasyland to Tiana's, and then that's our last thing in Magic Kingdom. So from that point we can either carry on doing low weight things, which is everything today, or we can start making our way to Epcot. I'm not one of those people, I accept that construction happens all the time, but you have to admit that the crane somewhat ruins the vibe. It's Tiana's time. In the line you have that little bear and bunny, which is like a throwback to Brer Rabbit and Brer Bear. Last row, please keep us dry, last row. It's always the splashback. It's never the splash. It's always the splashback. Straight to the face.
Can't complain.
You ready? Not too bad actually. Definitely better at the back. Like a light misting. A light misting.
Everyone can see, so
Roberta pulled the sleep in the ride photo. Okay, first time. What did you think?
Yeah, it was cute.
Out of 5?
Yeah, it's a 5, I think. It's very
5?
nice. There actually was one moment, I think somewhere like towards the end, just before the big drop. I don't know if maybe it malfunctioned or it was always like that. There's like the animatronic of Tiana and like her mouth doesn't move but she's talking.
Yeah, there was a few maintenance issues before you go up the last ramp. There's supposed to be a video screen of Mama Odie telling you that she's going to make you big again. That's what that's doing. But that wasn't working either. So did you pick up on the story really at all, or no? I still think it's a 5. It's no longer like when I first rode it, I really liked it. I still think it's better at night, by the way, if you have that chance. And I put it straight to the top of my rides at Magic Kingdom. It's not there anymore. I'm back to having Tron at the top. And there are some maintenance issues with it for sure. But as someone that didn't grow up coming to Disney, so doesn't have like that Splash Mountain like nostalgia, which one did you prefer?
Controversially, I don't really.
She doesn't
I
mind.
don't have
She doesn't have a
preference.
yeah. But
To me, they're controversial. To me, it's
you're
the
being
same type
cancelled
of ride.
as they you're
Same
being.
type of ride.
Actually, though, I think that's a good take because it shows that most of the arguments that Disney people have online about what's better, 99% of people do not care. We're gonna make this probably the last thing we do here at Magic Kingdom. We're gonna go and see the Country Bears. I really like this. It says the vest worn by Big Al on his most recent farewell tour, which means he's been on more than one. Oh man, I missed him in London. I know some people really don't like the new Country Bear Jamboree. I really like it. I think it's really good. I think especially for British people, it's easier to understand because we are not used to listening to people speak in deep Southern American accents, like that drawl that they have. So I find it much easier to understand. I didn't know what they were singing about before. So what we're going to do now, we are going to go back to the hotel because we didn't bring like sweaters and stuff and it will get colder later, and then go back to the hotel, grab our stuff, refresh, and then Epcot. I love the Main Street Philharmonic Band. I'm glad we caught them on our time that we were here. It feels very weird to be getting a last look at the castle the day after, like 2 days after we arrived, but I guess that's what happens on more of a cruise-based trip. Bye, castle. Again. For now. Okay. Let's go. Let's go get changed. We've been back to the hotel. We have changed. I have changed. It's Epcot time. It is 4 minutes to a bus. Hello. Golden hour lighting, the new background music. It's a great time to be at Epcot. As we were coming in, they were directing people in with one-day Magic Kingdom tickets, which makes me think that because Magic Kingdom closed early, they gave people Epcot entry as like an apology, which is, I'm very surprised, because generally Disney's responses are you should have checked the time sports. So I'm very surprised if that is the case. I will try and find out for sure, but that is quite generous of Disney. It is Festival of the Arts right now, or FARTS. I'm not going to get a huge amount of time to explore, but it is a great festival, so if you are planning early in the year, this is sort of the average kind of dates we're talking about, early in the year trip, Festival of the Arts, probably second or third in the list for me. It's good. They're all good, but I like FARTS. We don't have much to do right now outside of our Lightning Lane time. Lightning Lane isn't for a little while, so we're gonna go to Club Cool and get something to drink. We're gonna Roberta's found a few things on the Festival of the Arts menus that she wants to try. God, the golden hour lighting is just... We have lightning lanes for Spaceship Earth, which we probably didn't need. Soarin', which we maybe needed, I don't know how busy that is. And Guardians, which we definitely needed because of virtual queuing. So that's the plan. Otherwise, it's just be in Epcot. I want to have a look at the Disney on Broadway in Communicore Hall. They have like for the Festival of the Arts, they have a display in there, and it seems like it's the first time they've used Communicore Hall really well, so I'd like to go and have a look at that. Otherwise, it's about having 4 hours is how long we have in Epcot, and it'll be the last 4 hours for a while, so Epcot time really is what it's all about. Roberta's going for some joy. The royal watermelon is what it's all about. I actually could just... I might just try and drink a full serving of this. The ones to avoid unless you're really feeling it is obviously Beverly, and the one from China, I'm not joking, it tastes like barbecue sauce. Roberta is trying on the polar bear cap. It's a vibe, yeah, I like it. You actually kind of want it, don't you? How much is it? Go on, tell the people. $35. I'm also incredibly pleased to announce that the floor in here is insanely sticky, and that's how you know it's Club Cool, because at Old Club Cool you could lose a flip-flop if you weren't careful, so I'm happy that the floor is sticky. It's exactly what it should be. Just thinking about how long we have, it is past 5. Park closes at 9, well Luminous is at 9, so we'll watch that, but really the park closes at 9. We may have to ditch some of the lightning lanes. If we had another day or more time here, then it wouldn't matter so much, but since this is our only chance to visit on this trip for such a short period of time, maybe rides that we've been on before, not as big a deal as like trying to find, like for example, the food from Festival of the Arts if we want to try, or looking at the exhibit in Communicore Hall and stuff, which is a sort of time limited thing. So we might have to be choosy with what we do. Someone bought the hat.
Using your card?
Yeah, okay. Ignore the pounding music coming from behind me that just kicked in the second I hit the record button, but I was about to say this area with this music is still just a vibe. Like, I have some issues with Epcot still, like it still feels half finished. I wish that, it's a shame that COVID ever happened because I feel like that killed so much, but one thing they got right for me is this little bit. I love it so much. Right, we're walking towards the land. We're gonna go in Communicore Hall. I just want to have a look at what the display is, and then we found, what did you want to try from there? A beef Wellington croissant, which, okay, let's give it a go. So in Communicore Hall we have Once Upon a Stage, 30 years of Disney on Broadway. Okay, this definitely feels already like the best use of this space by a mile, an absolute mile. These exhibits are great. They're so detailed. There's lots of information underneath. Look at this Zazu puppet, that's so cool. All of the festivals have some kind of music on in the American Gardens Theatre. During the Festival of the Arts, it's Broadway, so we have different members of previous Disney Broadway casts coming to sing. That might be the best dressed Figment I've ever seen in my life. Look at him in his little bow tie. Again, please ignore the pounding dance music. The best use of that space, I know I didn't show huge amounts, but really good use of that space. The only times I've been in there before for festivals, it's just been like a seating area with not very much going on, and it felt like that's not what we were promised when that space was announced. So for it to actually finally be an area for exhibitions of something related to the festival, really good. Still room for improvement, but so much better than what it was before. Okay, this is the beef Wellington croissant supreme. Lots of words. Let me actually read to you what it is. Reading it out loud, I think I'm going to leave a lot of this to Roberta because there's a lot of words in here I don't like. But it's creamed spinach croissant pinwheel, mushroom gorgonzola ragu, mustard grilled flank steak, red wine sauce, and pickled mustard seeds. so many words there that I don't like. In fact, I think the only one I did like was beef. And it's not even in there actually, I've made that up. Steak, there you go, that's the one word in there that I really liked. I managed to get not a bit of everything, the steak sauce, some of the croissant, a little bit of the sauce sans mushrooms because I don't want the actual physical mushrooms, so we'll give it a go. Yeah, okay. The beef is nice and the mushroomy sauce is actually kind of good. I just don't...
quite cheesy.
Yeah, it is cheesy, yeah, it's got gorgonzola in it, so the sauce is good. The mushrooms can do one. But everything else in it is really good. I don't think I could eat one because there's so much of it I don't like. But the bits that I did have, 4 out of 5, I think. And out of 5 from yourself?
I think it's 5, I actually quite like
5, you like it? There you go, 4 or a 5, depending on your love of mushrooms. Roberta just said, say that again.
I did. When I first saw that it was a beef Wellington and a croissant, I thought the Americans strike again. But then I had a critical thought and I thought, aren't all beef Wellingtons in a croissant?
She makes a good point. Like puff pastry, it's puff pastry. Like,
I was like, this tastes ordinary.
I'm sure some, if I have any French viewers, I'm sure like puff pastry is not a croissant. It's being shouted at the TV right now, but realistically, it is. Sorry. Yeah, pastry, puff pastry, croissants, very similar. So yeah. So you thought then, are beef Wellingtons just beefy croissants? Yes. No. Yes. Unfortunately, the paint by numbers wall is finished for the day, but this is where you can come and get a little pot of paint and help create what is obviously a figment. So while Roberta went for a very arty beef Wellington and a croissant, I went for ice cream. Look at it. This is the Imagination Cone. It's from World Showcase, which is the old Starbucks as you enter World Showcase. It's bubblegum ice cream. It smells incredible. It's got little white chocolate wings and it says sparks of imagination, so popping candy basically. It smells so good. I love fake bubblegum flavoured stuff. I'm so excited about this. I don't know why. I'm gonna cry. It's so good. It's so good. I love fake bubblegum stuff. But I'm gonna eat some pigment wings. Chink. They are nerds. They're not popping candy, they're nerds. Like me. Oh, and the cone is lavender flavour. Just incredible. Amazing. That was great. I genuinely could eat that again. I won't, but I could. We're making our way towards Japan because there's another thing on one of the menus over there that Roberta wants to try. And we're just going to sort of take a walk around before our Guardian's Lightning Lane. It's funny that the food at Festival of the Arts is, I'd say, the most interesting foods of all of the festivals, which is crazy when you think that there is a festival of food. You would think that that would have the most interesting food, but I find the dishes at Festival of the Arts are always more intricate, more interesting, riskier in food terms, I think. The torchlight is on to get the shot of, this is the Wagyu bun. Again, I don't know enough about it. Let me read and find out what it is. So this is the Wagyu bun. It's a steamed bun filled with American Wagyu beef served with Japanese karashi mustard sauce and violet shiso sauce, which I'm assuming the sauces are on the outside. I'll give this a go, again without the mustard. We are in the darkest area, so I don't even know what you can see, but yeah, that's good. It's a bao bun. The meat's really good. 4? 5? Like 4. 4. It's time for our Lightning Lane on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Noise. No one's gonna stop rock and roll from existing.
What have we done? I think we're jumping back.
And welcome to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
We have no room in our ship for these two guys.
Drax, it's an honorary title. They're not coming with us.
I see. It's meaningless. Well, then welcome to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Gonga! Still never had September. I think it's the only one. we've never had. We are gonna wander towards the front of the park and watch the light show on Spaceship Earth. It is time, Richard, tell the time. Wow, 20 to 8. My brain not braining. 20 to 8, so about an hour and 20 minutes till the park closes. So we're gonna go watch that. We do have a lightning lane for Soarin' if we decide to use it. We didn't use our one for Spaceship Earth because we wanted to do other things, but I feel like maybe we'll just carry on wandering. I think we're done for rides for the day. I watched 2 of the shows. I say you'll notice I'm solo now. Roberta's gone back to the hotel. I think she's hit the jet lag wall, which is fair enough. It's nearly 8 o'clock and this is pretty much the time last night that we went to bed. So I feel like she's hit the jet lag wall, which is fair. I'm gonna try and push through because I really want to watch Luminous. That was 2 of the shows on Spaceship Earth. I'm waiting for, and I'm gonna see if I can see it from this side, the Rainbow Connection one, which I'm pretty sure plays during Festival of the Arts. Maybe I'm about to be disappointed, but that's the one that I really want to see. So I'm going to go back into World Celebration and see if I can see it from here.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side?
The Rainbow Connection one, definitely my favourite one. We have 45 minutes until Luminous. I'm just going to wander. I don't have anything else planned. I don't have anywhere else I particularly want to go. I'm just going to soak up some Epcot until the fireworks. I've also made the executive decision that I'm not going to vlog tomorrow, so this is going to be the last vlog of this series. I'd originally planned not to vlog today or tomorrow. I think I got a little bit greedy, if I'm being really honest, and I didn't need to vlog these days, and I should have stuck to my original plan. Like, you know, I agree with you, Screaming Child. I should have stuck to my original plan, which was just to vlog the cruise. But since I filmed today, I will put it up, I will get it all done, but I think I need a day not talking to a camera, because as much as I love vlogging, if you can even see me right now, that is, as much as I love vlogging, sometimes I overwhelm myself, and I think I've done that. So it's 10 minutes to Luminous. Ooh, that's a terrible spotlight placement. It's 10 minutes to Luminous. I found a spot in the Germany Pavilion. Is it my favourite Disney fireworks show now? it actually genuinely might be. I found that it's the one when I'm like sat at home and I'm putting things on in the background while I'm working at home, that I often put on Disney music or like Disney videos, and I found that it's the one that I go for first. So maybe it is. Anyway, I'm gonna take a walk back to the bus, get back to the hotel, and then probably collapse, because I think I've walked something like 17 kilometers today. I was nearly bang on. I was off by 20 meters, but yeah, it's been a day. I'm back at the hotel. I went to the room. Roberta's very asleep, so it would be kind of rude to film an outro while she's trying to sleep, and I'm kind of hungry, so I'm gonna walk to the main building, get something from the quick service. This is my favorite moderate. I've said it already, I say it again. The light along the path was not sufficient for filming an outro, so you get to join me and my late night chicken tenders as I try and sum up a trip that hasn't even happened yet. I guess that's what I get for filming and deciding to upload things out of order, because how can I tell you how this trip went, considering it is the last episode when the vast majority of it hasn't happened. This is the second vlog of the series that I've actually filmed. Hopefully on the last night on the treasure I will have provided you with a very meaningful and deep summary of how good this trip was, because I'm just going to preemptively say it's going to be very good. What I will say is that it's always just great to be here. It's always just great to be back, enjoying, even if it's just for like small bits of the day, because we had to do 2 parks in a day. It's always just a great time. Like, if I could fly here for a day, if that wasn't a stupid thing to do and there wasn't things like time zones and money, I would genuinely fly here for a day just to experience this place for a day. Anyway, I guess we will end it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have, thank you so much for watching the series. If you have, I hope it's been great. If you did like the vlog, click like. Don't forget to subscribe, because at the moment I don't have anything else planned, but I'm sure it won't be long until plans are made. But either way, make sure you subscribe so when we do come back, you'll be notified. And whenever it may be, I will see you in the next one. Bye.